This
Happy
conference will now
Tuesday.
be recorded.
Sorry.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to our SGA meeting. I hope you guys had a wonderful spring break. We all needed it. It's definitely a lot going on this year, but it feels like the year is moving a lot faster. I don't know why. Like we're already in April technically, and then we'll be in May and then December. So it moves pretty fast. So old business that we will be going over today is Warrior Week. We'll also touch a little bit on the SGA elections, Psych Club pickup. If the Psych Club president is here, I'll have Garrett cover more on that later on of coming to pick up something from the office. Our new business, we should have two senators that we are swearing in today, which I do not see either of them here, but hopefully they drop in before then. And then when it comes to the announcement, I'm gonna need a little feedback from everyone. So let's go to the next slide. Um, Old business. Garrett, you want to go over this a little bit or just have them breeze through?
Yeah, I can just touch on it real quick. Just the nominations for the Distinguished Student Leadership and Service Awards that are happening during Warrior Week. We had extended the deadline for the end of the month, so just be sure to go in and engage if you have anyone you want to nominate, and that should be under the Forms tab on the main page. So if somebody's done an exceptional job this year, or in the world of COVID, just gotten the job done in the past year, feel free to nominate them for their work, because this year more than any, I feel like people deserve the recognition. So be sure to check that out, as well as the other events going on with Warrior Week, which I'll go ahead and jump to. As we mentioned at the last meeting, we're having a card decorating contest, kind of like we do for Trunk or Treat. Your student orgs, if you can, sign up, let me know, shoot me an email, or even put it in the chat of this meeting that your org is going to participate. You can see that we have the first, second, and third place prizes for the best decorated cars. It's country themed, and you could win $200, $100, or $50 for your student org. Doesn't sound like a huge chunk of money, but as some of you can attest, when you need t-shirts or there's a conference fee or just any little thing, that could be what covers it. I mean, that can actually go a long way. So definitely invite you to participate. And we have 4 relay games that will also have $100 prizes for your org. We want to sign 2 student orgs up per relay if possible. So if y'all could either, like I said, put it in the chat or email one of us today, preferably, if not as soon as possible next week. We really want to make sure we have enough spots filled in these games to make them happen. So that part will take place Friday, April 9th at 6 o'clock. And then we have a couple of country artists coming through, kind of touring names that we've gotten to come to campus. So AJ Gale and Holly Tucker, going to be really good concert. So feel free to come to that, drive in. It's a drive-in format, so should be pretty cool. And I'll yield back to the president.
Hello guys, I'm back. So the SGA elections, excuse me, sorry. The SGA elections, as you guys know, the sign up is open. We haven't had any official signups yet. So I'm sure Garrett can attest to this. He hasn't gotten anything in Engage, which has anybody signed up for running for the election. So please, guys, go ahead and put that out. Be sure to let anyone around you know what's going on, and then go from there.
We do
Next
have
slide.
verbal commits, but no letter of intent, shall we say.
Okay, there we go. Letter of intent. Do we have?
I
I
don't
do not
see
see the two that are running for senator.
Savannah. Do you know if Burnell or Maisha are here?
I can probably get in contact with Burnell because he's in RTC. I'm not sure why he isn't here, but I can probably get in contact with him. But if that's the case, then we can probably switch over.
Okay. I lost my mouse cursor. Hold on. There we go.
Okay, for announcements. I'm sorry, give me one minute. I think my computer is acting up. I don't know what's going on. Can you guys hear me? Hello? Oh,
We can hear
okay.
you.
Sorry.
hear you.
MacBooks, they do their own thing. Okay, so for the student org announcement, I want to know from all the orgs, I would preferably like your input. Well, not just from the orgs, but from anyone here. What are some things that we can do as students or as a whole, as an organization, to get everyone more involved? I know the last year has been really hectic, and I think it's more so just being at home, technology, everyone not being able to come out. But now the atmosphere is slowly changing. So, we have vaccines and stuff coming out. The governor kind of opened the state 100%. So I'm trying to see what can we implement in our school society to have to help out with engagement. Any input? Anything? I was trying to go over what else we can do. I know we have the YouTube, we have the Instagram. I mean, we can create a TikTok. Sean Kelly?
I just have an observation from Coffee with the Bluecoats, and don't get me wrong, I love Coffee with the Bluecoats. I like to be there every Tuesday. But sometimes what I see is a bunch of people sitting around a table doing this, and they're not engaged at the doors waiting for people to come in and talking to them face to face in person. So people walk in the building and nobody says anything to them, and they walk right by. We just need to, I think that's one thing that you're already doing that's awesome, that you could make a little bit better if you just engage everybody as they come in the door, as they walk by, and to focus a little less on your phones. I'm guilty of it too, but I think it's a great tool and it's an opportunity not only just for me and the other organizations that come in and peddle their wares, so to speak, but it's also a way for you to get people involved in student orgs because they see the things that are going on. And I just think that would be a thing you're already doing that you could make better.
Okay, I certainly agree with that. Once again, I think since COVID hit and then we had to back away and now we're coming back, it's kind of just getting back into the groove of things. But I certainly do agree with that. Anything else? Any other suggestions? I know we do have Warrior Week coming up, so we're going to at least try to get a lot more engaged with the student populace as we can. Like I said, the obstacles that we mostly run into is the 6 feet, COVID. So I'm just trying to, we have YouTube once again, we have Instagram. We can create a TikTok. I don't know if that's something that, I mean, TikTok is something that's big, especially for, I mean, all generations from what I've seen. Everybody's on TikTok now. So that could be something that we do. We can go through the school and see if that's appropriate since we do have Instagram. Yeah, I'm trying to like think of like what else. Majority of the things that we would like to do or that we would like to do is mainly based around us being in school and coming to school and being around each other. And right now, that's kind of it's a gray area right now. So
Let me add something just to kind of back up what Daviana's saying. Something she and I actually talked about right before this meeting is a lot of our student orgs understand, well, all of our student orgs and all of our offices had to deal with COVID when it hit. But speaking for the offices and orgs who are represented here right now, we've overcome it. We've logged in. We're interacting with each other now. I would say Sean more than anybody has had to deal with the COVID issues than the rest of us, but with logistical standpoint. But there are orgs who, instead of defeating COVID, they've let COVID defeat them. And the link you used to access this meeting went to every student who is currently enrolled. So there is the missing aspect of being able to meet face to face. However, the technology's here. I mean, we're looking at TikTok, we're looking at Snapchat, and that kind of stuff. We have the most basic thing in the world called email, and we can't get people to open it and come to the table. So really right now, if all of you can just reach out to the other involved organizations, speaking for myself, I get a lot of questions during the week from a lot of orgs who aren't here right now, asking a lot of questions that are covered in these meetings. And then when the requirement runs out to attend the meetings and I have to take their page off Engage, it's like, oh no, are we still active? It's like, well, I don't know, are you? So if we need to start spreading the mindset of, okay, Texas is opening, our involvement needs to open. We need to conquer COVID instead of letting it conquer us as a mentality. And when I say that, that's not a lecture. I'm actually very grateful to everyone who logged in here today, because you're the ones who have been taking that mindset. So just something to kind of encourage fellow students, invite them Warrior Week, invite them Coffee with the Blue Coats, just invite them to anything that's going on that we can access until we open up more in the future.
Hey, Garrett, can you go back to the Warrior Week flyer?
Sure.
So on Monday, you're talking about the games, virtual and on-campus games. Has
Yes.
anybody reached out to any of the staff departments, University Police, myself, compliance, any of those offices, to see if they would like to have a game or a booth for that Monday night event where you can get some staff folks involved that reach out to the students as well? I don't know if anybody's done that or not.
A lot, that one will actually be during the day. I don't have a time on that flyer right there, but that one will be, I think, 10 a.m. to 1. And so the way Jeremy did that is the events they normally do online and with Discord, they just kind of shifted them to Monday instead of them being later in the week. So those kind of self-operate. Now, as far as the ones on campus, I don't know that he has. I can run that by him and check.
Just a thought that get the staff involved.
Yeah.
And give them an opportunity. And they almost always have free things to give away.
True.
I mean, people like free things. I know they prefer, nicer free things, and just getting a squishy from Sean isn't always the highlight of your day. But there are some things that compliance has money for, and they are there really. I mean, of course they deal with faculty and staff, but they are also really involved with students. So yeah, just a way to get the staff out there so that people see what we do for them and what we want to do for them, and how we can be a part of their student orgs on the staff side.
That'd be great. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, any other feedback? Thank you so much, Sean. Any other feedback?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So I don't know if you and Amanda got my email, but I kind of addressed these concerns too, because one of the officers from one of the other clubs that I am in actually surveyed her class, and the feedback that we got was disheartening to me, because we had students that said that, they don't open their student email unless it's directly from their professor. So yes, we're providing the information through email, but the students are not reading it. They said that they don't know about the Engage page. They don't know about the Stall Street Journal. They don't really pay attention to the flyers that we have posted up. And so Mr. Kelly made a very good point when he said, when we're there actually walking up to them as they're coming in, don't scare nobody, but just kind of like engage them. Hi, good morning, how are you doing? How's your day going, or something, and then you kind of let them know what your organization is doing, because even though the stuff is there, it's like the students are not really taking advantage of it. And I don't know, I know we talked before about in our organizations about reaching out to the faculty, the professors, and letting them know, hey, this is what our organization has going on. And I know with Psychology Club, the teachers actually set aside a time at some point throughout the semester where the officers of the Psychology Club can come in and kind of like do like a brief PowerPoint, say, hey, this is what the Psychology Club has to offer, and this is what we do at our school. And I don't know if that's something that maybe we need to reach out to the other professors about as far as the organization elements. But it's just like the stuff is there, but it's like the students don't know. And I know, Mr. Smith, you brought up about the link that went out for the meeting time here, but I've had some organizations say that they can't do the 10 o'clock meeting because of their hours off, their office hours, and their directors will not allow them, to do anything that's not affiliated with what's going on in their office at that moment. Now, I don't know how that is handled because that's more on a staff level, which is way above my student level right now. Um, but those are some of the kind of hiccups that I've seen and heard from other organizations, which are really struggling right now because we have a lot of students that are graduating this semester. So a lot of the organizations are kind of struggling to maintain not only active membership, but to even have officers and members to fulfill the organizations that's coming up for the next semester. So I'm glad that y'all are addressing this point right now.
Thank you. I will definitely, you brought up a point about the orgs having, well, pretty much not having someone to fill their spots once the seniors leave. I would certainly suggest, more than likely, like what we should do from now on for the orgs, just a suggestion, the semester before the seniors graduate, you need to start looking for your replacement. Because what happens is when we start waiting for later in the semester and then nobody wants to do it, and then you leave, and then now your org disappears, and that's not something that we actually want. But I will definitely start suggesting because it is the org's responsibility to have those follow-ups for you. So I would definitely suggest, like, maybe the semester prior, before the seniors leave, start having elections. Start looking at, your new VP, so on and so forth, and then it will always trickle down because all right, this semester I have to look for a VP. So if I don't find them during this fall semester, it can't fall short from the spring semester. You'll still have that option. But I do think that's a great idea. Also, with the coming to the classrooms, I know for business, I did have a professor that was willing to have us come and give a presentation before class. So maybe that is something that we can look into, being that Garrett mentioned when we were speaking before that fall semester, we should all be coming back to the university. So maybe that's something that we can implement, get with the professors and the staff and see, like, hey, can we get 5 minutes before your class or 5 minutes at the end of your class, just to give them a brief understanding, maybe the first week of school, that, hey, this is Engage, this is SGA, these are the orgs that we have in the school. Take the opportunity to go out and see what you would like. And now it's more engaging because they do not check their emails, but you have seen me in person, and I have hopefully made that impression on you for you to follow up. So I know impressions are a big thing. So, because sometimes I'm guilty of it. I don't check my emails unless it's very important and it says important. But if not, and I scan the first line and it's not nothing, now, okay, I don't have to worry about that. Then that's more than likely what students like me are doing. Like, all right, I see that we got another email from SGA. It is what it is. Professor, I need to check that, that's important. So that's something that we can
Yeah,
probably combat, because I know for me, I've been trying to do motivational Mondays per week. It's harder than I thought it was, just sending out an email, but I try to at least try to keep it consistent so you guys would get emails from me once a week, but I'm sure that not a lot of people check their emails. So yeah, that's like the hardest part.
Yeah, I know. And the orgs that I'm referencing, they do that throughout their meetings, they inform people when they have positions that are coming up. And they try and fill within the organization, and they try to reach out to like other people that may not be part of an organization, and kind of bring that up and see if they're interested so that they can backfill. Um, but I was asking to see, because I didn't know if we could do something like an organization recruitment day, or if it's something that during the new student orientation where they can have like a representative there, or somebody that so that we can kind of keep the keep a padding of people in the organization, so that way we have somebody to backfill when that time does come.
Yes
I
and
think
yes.
that's a great idea. You were
Yeah,
saying something, Garrett, go ahead.
I was gonna say, like, for preview day, we try to have an org fair, not this year because it'll all be virtual, but um, when we're on campus, we try to incorporate that into preview day through the admissions office. And Warrior Week, there's usually a student org fair. Since we don't have the cookout this year to have that fair, that's where we kind of move the car decorating over to kind of be the student org fair. And then we've actually had an online orientation before the whole world went online. But coming out of it, Carla is working very hard on orchestrating an in-person orientation that would be both kind of like an orientation and a welcome event to the school, because a lot of universities have a welcome week. So that is something we 100% plan to incorporate. So you're exactly right.
I think that that is definitely a great idea. Something that sounds exciting, actually. I think that fall semester is going to be so different. It makes me really excited. Um, that because everybody's coming, we're gonna see each other in person. So you can make more of it like, hey, Sean, I need you to join my org. I'm gonna bug you every day the same time until you join. And then he'll probably join eventually. If not, I'll just stalk him. It
Except he's
works.
not a student
Like
anymore.
a car's extended warranty.
Yeah, like a car's extended, they call from everywhere. Like they always call. So I think those are great ideas. Do does anyone have any questions, any concerns, any good words? It's the weekend, you know.
Hi,
Anything?
good morning.
Morning.
I'm Cadet Martyr from ROTC program. I have a question. Um, I think Cadet Holder should meet an event. It's called a Benchmark Family Service Therapeutic Foster Care, and we want to know if or when it could get approved because he say it's not approved yet.
Right. Okay. So, and definitely extend my reminder to him just for assurance, and to everybody, because it's been a while since I brought this up. When an event is submitted to Engage, I get an email automatically. Every once in a while, I have to assure groups that they think that they have to let me know that they submitted it. And so just as an assurance, if you submit it, I get the email. If it's not approved yet, that's just because I haven't gone through this morning to make approvals on new events. But it'll be
Okay.
approved by noon.
Yeah,
Okay,
Materia, if
no
you
problem.
just revisit that, you can get in contact with me and we'll just go from there. But once, like Garrett said, by noon, if you don't see anything by noon, just reach out to me and I'll get with Garrett and we'll go from there.
Okay, sounds perfect. And then just to put out a reminder that we are doing the fundraiser for the A plus card. Cadet holders in charge of that too. And the April 1st, we're going to have a fundraiser on Raising Canes on Harker Heights. You just can go and say that you are supporting the ROTC club from Tamuct, and that's it.
Okay, that is perfect. As for the orgs, if you all have any fundraising activities or any type of events or anything that you feel would be important for both staff and students, send it to the SGA so we can implement them in the slides, and you can go over your piece while we're there.
Okay,
So I
sounds
just throw
perfect.
something out there now.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm with Phi Alpha. We got a couple of, well, we got one big event coming up. It's only for a day, but it's on the 16th of April. And Dr. Rappaport usually do this about twice a year, but it's our little garage sale. So we have that on the 16th of April. It starts at 9, and I forgot exactly when she's shutting down. But you know, anybody that needs some stuff, she has a lot of stuff she's trying to get rid of. Come on by. I will give y'all her address the next meeting. And also, we're collecting donations for our elementary school that we usually do every year. So we're taking up donation items of boxes of crayons, color pencils, child-size scissors, pencil bags, and non-perishable goods. I need to see exactly where she wants to collect these donations at, because from what I heard, they was talking about dropping it off at Dr. Rappaport's house, but I don't want everybody coming up to our house like that. So I'm gonna see if we can have like a designated spot, and if folks want to donate, they could just put it in that box and go from there. So I have more information for y'all for that, not this week, but the following week for the next meeting. But that's just something we got going on right now.
Okay, that is perfect. If you all can, Desiree and Marcel, send me an email with all that information. So on Monday, when I get ready to send out my weekly email, I can just shoot that out as a reminder so that everyone knows what's going on. And if any other org have anything coming up, please shoot an email with all your information that you have coming up, and I'll go ahead and shoot that out through the student populace.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Comments? Okay. All in favor of, do we have all our senators here? All in favor of closing this meeting? Aye.
I
Okay. Nothing. Williams is here. I have not all of my senators are here today, but that is okay. We're gonna go ahead and close the meeting. With that being said, I just want everyone to please be safe this weekend. Suicide prevention is still a thing, so if you see anybody, say hello. You know, greet them with a smile, a hug. Say, well, not really a hug, but maybe a smile. You know, shortly with the mask up, down, and then just, you know, give someone some kind words today, because you never know what somebody's going through. Okay. With that being said, I will see everybody in 2 weeks.